Hello, you're welcome to Royal Tutors, where we organize tutoring and we upload our videos. We organize one-on-one tutoring for our students so that they are well grounded in various concepts in mathematics, English language, and sciences. Just reach out to us through our social media handles or reach out to our directors and you would enjoy what you have paid for. Alright, so this day you have a mathematics teacher in front of you. His name is Dami, and I'll be taking you through place value. I'll be taking you through place value. So let's get started. Now, in today's place value class, we'll be learning ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. So today we'll be learning about ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. So you can get your pen, your book, and your pencil or your paper and write as you recite this with me. So today I said we'll be learning ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. Now let's know what exactly we'll be learning in today's class. So the lesson objective includes that by the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify the place value of a digit in a number. You should be able to distinguish between ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. Then a third thing is you'd be able to write numbers in expanded form. Also, the last thing, you would be able to apply your knowledge of place value in solving simple problems, and you would really enjoy today's class. Let's get started. What does the number 5 stand for in 25? You have the number on the board 25. What does the number 5 stand for? That is, what does it represent? What does it represent? Now, let's get started. Each digit in a number has a special position, and that position gives it its value. The position that a digit finds itself in a number is what gives it a value, and that value is what we call place value. Each digit has its own face value. That is, each digit has, we have digit 5, we have digit 2, we have digit 3. Those are their face value. But when a digit like 3 or like 5 or like 7 finds itself in a position in a number, the position gives it a value, and that value is what we call place value. That is it. The place value of a digit describes its worth, its value, the weight, the worth of a digit in a number is determined by its position. It is determined by what? Its position. So we can also call it position value. Position value. That is the value that a digit gets by the reason of its position. By the reason of its position, a digit gets a value. From the right to the left, from your right hand to your left hand, that is, the rightmost digit is what we call ones. When you have a whole number, the rightmost digit, the number to the rightmost position, is what we call the ones. Then we have the tens, then we have the hundreds, then we have the thousands. So the rightmost digit is the ones. After that, we have the tens. The ones represent individual units, while the tens represent a group of 10, and the hundreds represent a group of hundreds, and then we have groups of thousands. Now let's get to understand it better. Look at this figure or this shape. From the right to the left, we have the units, that is ones, just individual ones, individual units called ones. So we have the ones here. Then to the next one, we have the rod that looks like the tens, because you can see 10 units, 10 ones in a unit of tens. You can see on the ones we have just one, but here we have just a cube in this unit called ones, but in this one called rod we have 10 of this. We have 10 of this, while on the flat we have what? 100 of this, or 10 of rod. That is 100 units in a flat, or 100 rod, 100 units in a flat, or 10 rod in a flat. While we have the cube, which is the thousands. This represents the 100, this represents the tens, and this represents the ones. Look at this. We have the ones here, the tens here, and the hundreds here. So what does this number represent? Do you know it? Alright, let's count. So on the ones we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have 8 ones there, right? Good. Then let's go to the tens. How many tens? We have 1, 2, and 3 tens. Then how many hundreds? We have just one. So that means the number is 138. It is 138. That is the number represented using this block. So you can read this: the rightmost digit of a whole number is in the ones place. Then we have the next digit after the ones is the tens, and the next one after the hundreds, after the tens is the hundreds, and after the hundreds we have the thousands. We have the thousands. Consider the number 4,895. 4,895. What can you see in this number? You can see that 5 is in the ones place. So it has a value of 5 because it is just in its individual unit. Then we have the next number 9. 9 is in the tens place. So it has a value of 90. Then we have 8, which is the next number. 8 is in the hundreds place. 8 is in the hundreds place, so it has a value of 800. Then we have the last digit to the left. Now we have 4 is in the thousands place, so it has a value of 4,000. So that is the place value. So when you have 4,895, 5 is the ones, 9 is the tens, 8 is in the hundreds, and 4 is in the thousands place. What is the place value and value of each digit in this number? In the number below, we have the place value and the value of each number of each digit in the number. Can we look at it together? Let's go. So the place value of 7 is in the thousands place, as we can see. Then 6 is in the hundreds place. Then 3 is in the tens place. And 5 is in the ones place, as you can see. So let's get to check ourselves. We have the place value assessment now. So how well have you learned in what you've learned so far? Do you understand exactly what you're doing, or you're still getting to understand it? So quickly take this assessment in 2 minutes and see if you are correct. Alright, let's get to know the correct answer to each of these questions. So it says, what is the value, that is, what is the place value of 7 in the numbers below? So 7 in the first one is in the tens place, and 7 here is in the thousands place. Did you get that? Let's check the second one. Then what is the value, not place value now, what is the value of 7 in the numbers below? So in the first one we have 7 is in the units, and that is in the ones place, so therefore 7 is 7. And here we have 700, so this number reads 1297. 7 as ones. Then the other one reads as 3705. So 7 is the value of 7 in this digit is 700. Now let's proceed. Let's learn about a placeholder. What is a placeholder? The digit 0 acts as a placeholder, indicating that a certain place value has no value. That is, when you have your number and you find a 0 in between it, you know that that place does not have a value. That is, a certain place has no value. Now let's get to see example. For example, the 0 in 509 means there are no tens. Can you see that? That is, there are no tens. So 5 is in the 100th place and 9 is in the ones place, but 0 is in the tens place, meaning that there are no tens. So in this number 509, we have 500, 9 ones, but what? 0 tens. That is, no tens at all. Then we have another number, 1098. This means that there are no hundreds. We have 1000, we have 9 tens, and we have 8 ones, but there are no hundreds. So 0 hundred. That's why it is written as 1, 0, 9, and 8. That is 1098. Now, having learned the placeholder, we need to understand our expanded form. You can write a number in expanded form by adding the value of each digit. You can write a number in expanded form by adding the value of its digits. We've learned the value of digits in previous minutes ago. Now, let's write expanded form of numbers. So let's take an example. We have the number 1346. The expanded form is 1000 plus 300 plus 40 plus 6. That is the expanded form for 1346. Look at another example. 3098. Remember, this 0 is a placeholder for the 100th place, that is, there are 0 hundreds. So the expanded form of 3098 is, we have 3000 plus 90 and plus 8. Look at another example. We have 753. So the expanded form is 700 plus 50 and plus 3. Let's look at another example. This is a 2-digit example now. We have 62. The expanded form of 62 is 60 and 2. 60 and 2. Now, let's take a little practice of expanded form. Do you really understand it? Let's get started. In 2 minutes, can you quickly do this? And let's see how it goes. Alright, you're welcome. So let's get to see if your answers are correct. So this is the correct answer to this question. So we have 400, that is 4509. We have the 4000 here, the 500, and the 9. Then the second one we have, so the first one we have 4509. Then the second one we have 670 and 8 to give us 678. Then the next one we have 512, that is 500 plus 10 and plus 2. Then the next one we have 4360, that is 4000 plus 300 and plus 60. Then the last one we have 2091, that is 2000 plus 90 and plus 1. So I believe you've learned so far and you've understood placeholder for ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. Now let's take a little summary of what we've learned so far. So we have the ones, that is the single unit. We have the tens, which are the groups of 10 ones. Then we have the 100, which are the groups of 10 tens. Then we have the thousands, group of 10 hundreds. So don't forget, The position of a digit gives it its value. Let's take that one more time. The position of a digit give it its value, and that value is what we call place value. Thank you so much for joining this class, and I believe you've learned something so wonderful. So if you want more explanation, you can just reach out to us through our directors, and you would really enjoy what you have paid for. Bye.